Time for another aquaponics update. Hello everybody. We have added a bunch and we've had a lot of growth. Here's our potatoes, original potatoes that we've started. Doing great. Sweet potato hasn't had much growth on it. Has me a little concerned, but the potatoes are doing excellent. All of the tomatoes are doing incredible. We have our cucumbers back there. Stayed rather short, but they do have flowers on them. Our green beans are doing good. It's been about 2 months. We have our first green bean, actual, produce being produced. Lettuce is doing much better, but hasn't had much growth in the past month. But I separated all the plants into singular cups. We have a watermelon right here, watermelon plant, which I'm hoping will come down the sides and maybe take over the floor rather than the beds. Green peppers, cauliflower, our parsley, our basil's really doing good. We got a lot of fragrance on the basil now. We found a turtle outside. He's our mascot. But everything in this bed is doing great. I tried something. I put river rocks in the bottom of my IBC tote, coming to about here. Then I filled the rest with dirt. In between our river rocks, we have this weed barrier, which stops the dirt from coming through. And as you can see, we don't have soil in that one. We have soil in this one. They're coming out just as clean as each other. And you can see it's coming out clean down there. Got a pump feeding it in with a tube going directly into the base with holes cut in the rock layer rather than the soil layer. We don't want to get the soil all saturated. But as you can see, the top layer is pretty dry, and you dig down, what do you say, about 2 inches there. Become a little bit more moist, but for the most part dry. This whole row, I just sprinkled seeds for carrots all the way down. And you can see the oatmeal and the cinnamon in there. Oatmeal doesn't do nothing for ants. That is a wise tale, and I think you actually feed the ants. But I did put cinnamon, which proves to be effective. They do not like cinnamon. I made a whole trail all the way around my grow beds with the cinnamon, and it's proving to be pretty good. They're congregating outside of the system now, and I sprayed Raid. Yes guys, Raid. All the way along all the baseboards. So if they are coming in, I made perimeter bases around all my feet here on every grow bed. As you can see down here, it is effective because it's Raid. Pretty much. But the ants are getting to this point around the perimeters and dying. So I think that we might have a handle on our ant issue, which, thank God, because this is like ant paradise. They'll take over the entire thing. Hell of a progression, guys, since the first video. If you haven't watched the first video, just check out the main screen and you're going to be blown back by how much we've done for such a little price. I did purchase the river rocks and a couple bit more fittings, which is like 80 bucks. So I guess we're up to about $350 right now. I know one thing that me and my wife are working on is we are going to be sprouting and selling plants this year. So across this bed right here, I think it's almost like 100 plants that we're able to sprout like this here, and then we'll be moving and transferring over the plants into the main bed until we're filled up with the amount of produce that we consistently consume. And then we will sell the rest of the plants, I guess the way Home Depot does. They just made it legally certified organic, growing aquaponically. So I can sell them as organic for about $3 a pop with a $2.50 bag of seeds. Good turnover there. But I'm hoping that these plants become a little more hardy. I think that they're reaching for the light a lot because, we're indoors with not the proper lights. The fluorescent lights aren't the greatest, but I would like to construct a greenhouse this year and really get everything going great. I think I got, you know, for the most part, the pH and temperature and everything else really good, but the sun, there's not enough sun, not with these lights. You know, I got T12, or what is it? Yeah, T12 bulbs, closet and laundry, daylight in the, I think 2500 spectrum. No, 5000 spectrum, excuse me. Anybody, actually, also, let me just show you this, what I've done here. This bucket here reflects the heat back over from this small space heater into the metal in the side of the tank over here. You can see I left off some of my light blocker, and that is proving to be incredibly effective. If I could just find, I don't know where the temperature gauge is, but we're rolling somewhere with a concrete slab around 72 to 75 degrees, depending on where I put that heat to. And I feel as if I'd be able to raise the temperature substantially more if necessary with just that heater. So definitely, if you guys are having heating issues, especially if you got some subtropical fish like tilapia or something along those lines, this would prove incredibly effective, I think, on heating your system and, you know, keeping it pretty consistent all the way through with your grow beds and everything. It works pretty well. But I will keep you guys updated on everything else going on in the aquaponics. There was an ant, those little bastards. Yeah, I will keep you guys updated. Merry Christmas, everybody.